welcome. My name is Danny Ross to the Tuesday AI Lunch and Learn, and excited to be here as usual. We cover a wide range of things during this call. It is about what's new in AI, covering some of the fun things available in the BuildBiz platform. BuildBiz, for those that are brand new, is the no-code development platform for small and medium-sized businesses. We try to cover a lot of interesting things throughout the session. Today, I got two new AI apps that we'll touch on that are related to help you with your marketing. I'm going to share a link here. If you have never visited or done any of our training before, this link will take you to where you can sign up for our AI training. We do that every other Tuesday, so the next one will be on the 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern. Go ahead and click that link. If you've not seen any of our training, it's a good beginner place. I cover how to speak to AI tools. I give you a kind of a first-time tour of the platform, so it's a really good place to start if you've never joined any of our training. So click that link and get signed up. For today's call, I shared my email address. Let me also share, if after the training you want to book a call to have a conversation about how you're using AI and how we can help you. We do everything from all of the AI training that we're doing right now. We do it for individuals, for groups, and then we also do it for if you want us to build a website for you, or if you're interested in the platform itself. Today's training is the Tuesday session, and you can register here if you want to just keep coming to the Tuesday AI Lunch and Learn. You can click the calendar to add it to your calendar once you get scheduled. If you're like, where do I go to even get access to the BuildBiz platform? This is the link for it. Let me drop that in the chat. We have so many links I want to share just so kind of keep everybody up to speed. And so you can start a free trial. It's 7 days free. You can go in and jump on in, and it's $20 or $19.95 per month. No contract. Immediately upon signing up for the free trial, you'll get these 11 books on AI. So it's a pretty good trial, and you can start using it and playing with the tools immediately, even before you have spent one penny. All right, let's go back into today's conversation. This is the AI Lunch and Learn. Further down, you can see previous videos, and you can watch the video anytime you want. Lots of training videos. I'm officially about 7 weeks behind now in uploading the video recordings because all of these calls are recorded. It's tough to get time, right? If you go back here, there's a big old button. First of all, there's a tour now that we've added that allows you to get a bit of an understanding of the platform itself. So feel free to take the tour the first time you land here. I always suggest everyone starts at the big button that says Start Here. In here, there's a little video about the platform, the last or most recent AI in 1 hour webinar. If you missed it, that's the one we have every other week, 7 p.m. And then there is lessons such as the create method. This is what we use to speak to AI. And then there's other training videos that you can kind of get in there. You need an app to upload your videos. There is an app that I use, and that's also linked in the platform. I use Descript. That's this tool right here. And it's a fantastic tool. It makes my life easier. I can edit my videos by highlighting the transcript and edit right there in the video. So I don't have to do a lot of editing and cutting. However, it still takes time to upload, change, and then so on. So this is a really fun tool. If I have time later, I'll show you guys a little bit more about it. Yes, I do have an AI tool to help me do that. Let's go back into the training overall. As you can see, there's quite a few apps, and we add new apps all the time. The two new ones that we've just added are here at the bottom. And on your screen, they could be anywhere. What's nice is you can edit the flow of your screen and change the icons around to where you want them. So we've added social ad builder and social media calendar. Another new feature that we've added this week in the editing of the screen is there's now a plus button up here. And what that does, so you can always edit your screen order by just moving the icons around, click the pencil, and then you can move them around just like on a phone or something. But now you can also, you can see there's like five pluses up here, and you can simply drag whatever app it is that you want to appear into that space. So for example, here I've got these two apps, and I can click here and drag it up. If I wanted to go all the way to the top here, I can drag them right into that spot. And I got one more. These are the two new ones. I'm just going to drop them in here. The idea is they'll be available kind of like your favorites, if you will. You can drop them into your favorite spot. So now they're available up here. If I click the new app, Social Ad Builder, we can walk through what that is. It is a pretty cool app. Let me show you a little bit about the app itself. Once you sign up, your name will appear here. The affiliate program, you get 50% of anything that, somebody signs up under your link. So you could share with friends, family, coworkers, and there's no effort on your part, and you get 50% of anybody who signs up for the platform. And then I'll tell you a little bit about the white label offer as well. So this is where you can see the descriptions of all of the different apps. In there, you can see the Social Builder app. It allows you to create an ad that you would use in Meta, LinkedIn, or just about anywhere. It creates that marketing content that you can utilize. And then social media calendar allows you to kind of use tools. There are tools called your pillars, which are essentially just defining your brand, core messages, and getting your content out there. And then this tool allows you to come up with 14 days of ideas for posting based on whatever it is you input as the goal or purpose of your advertising or posting. So those are the two new apps. So let's go in and actually take a look at them. And so if I go back in here, so this is the first one of the two, the social ad builder. You can pick whatever topic that you want to advertise on. I'm going to actually pick who's my ideal. I have a tool called Voice In, which is a kind of a text, or excuse me, audio to text tool. But it's been on the fritz for the last couple of weeks. I have no idea what happened. I didn't build this particular tool. Let's see if it's working a little better today. My ideal target buyer is entrepreneurs and small to medium. Nope, smoke. Oh, this tool is gone, but it is a good tool. I really enjoyed using it while it worked. So today we're going to go old fashioned and just type SMB, SME. And so obviously the AI knows what those acronyms, small, medium business, small, medium enterprise, core problem solved. And so I can literally take that. If you have the content somewhere, right, you can actually take the from here. So from on my little page here, there's different elements in a good funnel. And this is actually not a very good funnel, but it works for me. I haven't had time to update it. But you have your statement, right? So you have your Godfather statement of what is the purpose of your business or products and things like that. And then you have like a sub headline. And then from there, you have your call to action. So those are all three things. And then from there, it is all about what's the real thing that you're doing, right? We specialize in AI funnels, and you can state whatever it is that you want to state about your business and so on. So we specialize in AI lead generation. So this is kind of like filling in the blanks for this particular thing. So the core problem that we're solved, and then we can list 3 to 5 features and benefits. So I can grab that right from my website so that I don't have to type all this stuff in, right? So what's the core problem? I have multiple ones on here. I can pick almost any and it'll work for me. Let's pick this one for now. It's not really a problem that we're solving. This is more of a benefit statement, but anyway, it's fine. So you can pick your features. And by the way, people don't buy features. What they buy is the benefit to them, right? AI lead generation, AI-driven sales funnels. These are the features of BuildBiz. I'll just give it two for this demo. And then these are the benefits, right? So you can build your own website in the platform. And so this is one benefit aligned with the benefit above. And then here's another benefit, right? Close more deals faster. You can pick a tone or a conversational style. You can pick a call to action. Start your free 7-day trial, right? So call to action should reference specific emotions. This is interesting, right? You can actually type in the emotion you want to add to the content to evoke. Inspiration and fun, right? Should it use industry jargon or technical terms? My answer to that one is always no. And then you click submit and it'll start processing. It'll tell you how long it's going to take because this particular tool, not only does it provide content, it also creates some images that you can use in your posting or your ads. So it's doing multiple purposes. So that's why it takes quite a bit of time. It tells you it's about 3 minutes. A lot of times it's overestimating, like Scotty from Star Trek. It always tries to give you a little bit more time. While that is running, I'll actually pop back here and we can run. By the way, in case anyone was wondering, all I did was right click here so that I could duplicate the tab. So it's nothing magical. Now that we have that running, we can actually go take a look at other things in the platform. But I'll pause here, see if anyone has any questions while that is running. Go ahead and type your question into the chat or raise your hand and I can promote you up so you can ask your question. Any questions? Again, if you joined after, this is a session of the AI Lunch and Learn. If you have never taken our training before, for first timers, I recommend you register for our 7 p.m. AI in 1 hour class because from in that class I started the very beginning teaching you how to speak to AI. I give you some frameworks and things that you can utilize and show you all of the tools that are available. This class is an intermediate class where we are answering questions about the BuildBiz platform so that anyone in business, whether it's a small or a medium-sized business and they're looking for AI tools, they can learn from the beginning. This platform gives them 60 plus tools that they can utilize. There's 7-day free trial. You immediately get the books that you can download and use. There's all kinds of training in the platform itself. Happy to answer questions. Let's see what the AI came up with. Make money now. As the owner of a small and medium-sized enterprise, you know you're frustrated with the slow lead gen. It created this ad I could drop into any platform like Meta or LinkedIn. It created images. I have it programmed to create images in 3 sizes: square, vertical, and landscape. So as far as content, you can basically drop this in to Meta and run this ad tomorrow. Create a call to action button. Here's a start your free trial. This could be linked to a form in Meta and you're on the way. For people who don't know how to write content for marketing, the AI is trained. I've been in this space for 30 years in sales. My last job was I worked for Microsoft as a sales rep selling into Fortune 100 companies. So you need to have something that creates good, simple content. This particular content, right? I could grab this, copy. I could go back into the platform. I can go into the hook tool, sales and marketing hook tool. I can go in here, put this text that I just created. I'm going to create a new project that I'm working on. What projects do for you, it allows you to not have to keep entering information over and over again. I have BuildBiz, the company that we just talked about, and I have something here that describes the business. I'll show you where I created this content. It's also in the platform. It's a great tool for creating it. If I wanted to, I could add new text, such as the text I created in the other app. So you can combine text. I already had a business brief in here, so now I'm going to add that content and say to it, hey, give me some more hooks. Like this hook is make money now. That's okay, but it's kind of boring. So I could take this out and say, hey, give me some more fun, inspirational. This tool is all about creating hooks. People don't buy features, but they do buy emotion, and benefits. What's in it for them? So this tool creates hooks. And so you could tell it to create a positive hook, you could tell it to create a negative hook, but based on the text you describe in there, it can create marketing hooks. It can also work from an image. If you have a product, you can take a picture, throw it in, and it'll give you marketing hooks based on your product. If you already have a website, you can drop in your website and it'll create marketing hooks from that. All right, so another fun exercise we do every Tuesday, people buy benefits. People buy benefits. In other words, what's in it for them? They don't buy features. What they're interested in and in your call outs, whenever you do excuse me, whenever you do marketing outreach, make sure you're not talking about the features, the bells and whistles of your products or services. Make sure you're talking about what's in it for them. What are they going to get from your products and services? So, like if we go back to my benefit stack here, I'll give you a perfectly simple explanation or example. AI powered lead generation. What do I care? What is that? What's in it for me? Turns your website into a 24-hour sales machine. AI generated marketing. I don't care. What do I get? I get 10 times more visibility and traffic. AI powered content creation, which is what we're doing right this minute. Build your brand authority and dominate your niche. So that's what's in it for them. So that's what's called a benefit stack. You talk about the things that they're going to get. So I've combined these sentences to be both the feature and the benefit, which is the minimal of what you should do. You can also just do the benefit. The benefit I'm talking about is stop struggling with outdated marketing tactics. I'm pointing out a pain point. And then I go back into what's in it for them. No code platform, all skill, blah, 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 blah. What do they get? What do they get? And then you kind of talk about that in there. So 3 ways to make more money, right? Benefit, right? So this is all what you're trying to always kind of get across. So where was I going? Okay, lost my train of thought. That's okay, happens to all of us. So let me also do something else. Oh, yes, I know where I was going. URLs and domains. Share your website URL in the chat, please. If this is your first time and you have a business, please go ahead and share your URL into the chat so I can show you some fun things that we can do in the platform with your website. So just give me your website domain name or URL. Just drop it in the chat. While we're doing that, I'm also going to show you some other fun tools that are in the platform. So these are all pretty good images, but obviously it may not represent you. So what you can do in AI, let's see if this is dropped in here. Yep, it's slowly coming in. I can go to see what Magic Hooks came up with. Don't stress over leads. Let AI supercharge your sales now. That's a pretty good one. Stop chasing sales. Let AI-driven funnels skyrocket your profits. Don't struggle with sales. Unleash 24/7. So you could rotate these in Meta. Meta allows you to drop in these statements that grab people's attention. You can drop these in 5, I believe, at a time, and it'll rotate them in your ads. So, and then it'll keep track of which hooks are grabbing attention. It's kind of like fishing, right? So you want to grab their attention. So you have your image, which should grab their attention. You have the content that explains the benefits after you've grabbed their attention. That's all part of creating a nice ad that you're running. It could also be just your post. You can drop these in as posts. So for more organic marketing, if you have a good sized network, you can go either way. No one has a domain name they want to share in the chat. No business owners out here that are working hard and need to promote their business. Come on. I am shocked. Where are you guys? Let me see some. Where else? What's your website? I promise I'm not going to do anything bad with it. There you go. Someone is sharing their thing here. I'll copy that and drop it into one of the tools. All right. So you can have it just grab the website. So let's go here. And I like the images that it created. They're actually pretty decent, but it may not represent you. So let's do a couple of fun things. I have many AI tools in my stack here. This one is called AI Video Creator. And we just gonna run this here and have it run. In this tool, you can create a video from a website like this, or you can put in text, you can put in custom tools. Actually, Wendy, did we do yours before? I can't remember. That's okay. We'll do more than one. I like to do as many examples as possible, give everybody a chance. All right, so here's a voice. Welcome to our AI powered. You can pick music, you can upload your own music, you can just tell it, I want this particular music track. There is a tool in the app where you can actually create instrumentals, and so that's great for like videos and production and things like that. Let's also go out here and take a look at the two websites that we've got. It's funny, I'm doing two different projects for pastors right now, and we do training for ministries. If you have a ministry and you'd like us to come in and do some AI training, we can do it virtually as well. That's one of the things that we offer is virtual training for groups. Here is the website colors. I'll grab a little ministry purple. You can play with the color schemes and find whatever best matches your current website. You can decide on the number of slides. 6 slides essentially makes about 30 seconds of video. You can pick if it's landscape or portrait, and that's enough for it to start. Basically, it's going to take a look at the website. It's just going to scrape the text off the website. It only does one page at a time. So a lot of times it's better to use the About page. Let's take a look at the About page. Yeah, I think this might be better. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely use this page instead. The way the AI works, it only looks at the text and the metadata. So it's better to point it at the About page if you want it to build. This is not the best way to make a video, but it is the fastest for me to demo for you. So I'm going to just tell it to go have some fun and run that. And while it is doing that, we'll go to another app. I'm really just showing you AI's possibilities using the platform. If you have questions, please go ahead and ask. Another tool on here is conversationalimages.ai. And in this tool, you can do a different thing. Now, this is similar to what you can do in ChatGPT, where you can have it take an for example, this guy here, let's grab him. This is from our test a little second ago. So this is a 9 by 16. We'll keep it vertical and you can type a message. We can say change the person or the man in this image to a black. Let's make it even more brutal, right? Make the man in this image black. You can change it to a man, you can change it to a woman. So all we're asking the AI to do is make the man in this image black. Simple command, no complex prompt. I'm just getting right to the point. It's going to take a second, take a look at the image and make the requested change. You can take any image that you've created and make modifications to it conversationally. That's why it's called conversational image. You'll notice that in here it says something about credits. When you pay your $19.95, most of the apps are included with no extra changes or conditions. If you're having an app that is high CPU or system usage, I had a couple of choices. I could either raise the price of the platform or just charge people for the tools that use more compute power. So that's what we did. Some of the image and video processing apps have what we call a credit system. You pay once and it's applied to all of the credits. So for $6.99, you get 1,000 credits that you can use throughout the whole platform. So that's the most democratic way I could do this, right? And so this guy is now black, and I could download that image, upload it to my website, or drop it in my ad, and I could make it a black female. I could do whatever I needed to do. But that's just an example of using AI simply and quickly. So the background itself is pretty much still the same, and then you can kind of see where you can go from there. I love the idea of this. All right, let's see what our video creator tool has done with just the URL. Meet the author daughter of a U.S. Army veteran who thrived in a culturally rich environment where education was always a family priority. Armed with a degree in business administration,
She spent 20 years raising her children with a strong emphasis on education and faith. Inspired by her children's passion for STEM, she saw a unique opportunity to address community needs. Her groundbreaking book, Christian STEAM, seamlessly integrates faith with science, technology, engineering, agriculture, art, and math. This work is more than just a book. It's a mission to equip Christian youth with both spiritual depth and academic excellence. Join her in empowering the next generation to thrive in future STEAM careers with a foundation in faith and education.
All right. Not bad for a first pass. We would need the actual image of the founder here. Let's do this and grab this image. AI is hilarious sometimes, and I get it. Pro tip for anybody who has not used AI a lot. If you wanted to represent yourself, you have to basically tell it that, number one. Number two, obviously, it didn't have the, as I said, it doesn't grab images, it doesn't look at your website, it doesn't care about that, but it tries to interpret off of your website what images to create. So these are all generated by the AI as it goes along. It takes a couple of minutes and it's not bad in some cases. For example, this one, you can kind of go either way, or you could replace it, just tell it to regenerate again, or you can create your own image and bring that in. Some of these images are actually pretty decent. I like this one with the kids around the church. This image doesn't quite work because it is fine, but it doesn't evoke what we're looking for in emotion. So you could grab another image, go down here and find things, or if you already have them, you can bring them in. I'll just grab this image for now. This is just a quick demo, so it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Let's get all the kids in here. Let's upload that image right here. Again, just making things up as we go along. This work is more than just a book, it's a mission. Somewhere on this page, there'll be a book cover. Somewhere, book cover. Where's the book? I don't see the book. Let's see, shop. In the shop. There'll be a book image in the shop. There we go. All right, so we'll grab this image. I knew it would be here somewhere. So now we've got the book image. Let's drop that in. Oh, did I lose my edit spot? Oh no, don't tell me I did. I did. User error. That's on me. Yep, see, I have to redo these two things. I clicked off of the main page there. So let me fix it quickly. All right. Use it, save it or lose it, right? You got to save what you're working on. There we go. That was my fault, not the AI's fault in that sense. All right. That's a good picture of a book, but not what we're looking for. Boom, we got that. And then join our empire and generate. Perfect. So now we'll tell it to regenerate. And you can see here it costs 50 credits to regenerate. So that will be running. All right. It's off to the races. All right. Let's see what else we can play with. I have that book, Yvonne. Fantastic. I love it when people meet each other on my calls. It's fun. All right. All right. So I'll pause again. Anybody have any questions? Any questions as we keep going here? We're making pretty good. We're just kind of wandering around the platform. Everybody's learning. But if you have a specific question, please go ahead and ask the question in the chat or raise your hand, and I will promote you to ask your question. All right, so the second app I wanted to show you while it's regenerating is called Social Media Calendar. One of the things I should do is make this a little bigger, make it easier for you guys to read. So brand or business name, again, I'll just go with the same one. I just realized it's showing the typed letters in a light gray, so I'll fix that. All right, this is a brand new one I created last night. Brand new mission and core purpose. So it gives you examples, and you can do the same thing I just did. Actually, let me do this a different way. I should demo one of the other features that are part of the platform. I'm going to go back into the first app and go down to the bottom. This stays here until you make a new one. One of the features is you can take what you just created and send it to another app. So I can send it to the next app I was going to show you, which is the social media calendar app. Let's see if it takes anything over. It doesn't look like it really did. I will work on all those bugs. All right, so let's keep building. Love technology. All right, brand mission and core purpose, right? What is the core purpose of your business? AI, make more money. We specialize. This is the core purpose. and one of them anyway. You can have more than one. Products and service or expertise, and you can kind of lay out all the stuff. You can put in your target ideal customer. So you can lay it all out for your purpose of this particular ad. In this case, I'm just going to drop in a couple of things here. I'll take this atomic offer, as we call it. Essentially, it's bragging about your products and services backed up by fact or a subheading. And then I will also give it some highlighted tools, right? It has more feature benefits to put into the mix. And I'm just feeding it the AI information. You can put your target audiences, SMB, SME, but solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, 3 words describing your tone, fun, informative, right? You can tell it what you want to do with your ads. So generate lead, sell products or services. What is the purpose of your ad? Platforms you want to target. So Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, whoever you want. Do you have existing pillars or themes, right? So you could say yes, and then you can put in what your current pillars or themes. You can put in your brand colors, but for the demo, I'll just say no. Then you can put in your primary colors, right? If you don't know what a hex code is, the specific color that you're using. So in this scenario, I have apps that help me determine the exact colors I am using. And so, but if you don't, you can be generic in those things. So for example, this tool is a old one, but it still works well. It's called Color Picker. But there's many of these little add-on tools you can add to your browser. I can get the exact color. So this exact color is 7.6. If you're doing a lot of marketing, you get really specific, but if not, just say blue or light blue, right? Navy blue, right? So if you don't know the actual color code, just put in the color. Include call to action. Start your free 7-day trial now. Feel free to do things that make you happy there. All right, let's go back to our little
Meet the
video.
author daughter of a U.S. Army veteran who thrived in a culturally rich environment where education was always a family priority. Armed with a degree in business administration, she spent 20 dedicated years raising her children with a strong emphasis on education and faith. Inspired by her children's passion for STEM, she saw a unique opportunity to address community needs. Her groundbreaking book, Christian STEAM, seamlessly integrates faith with science, technology, engineering, agriculture, art, and math. This work is more than just a book. It's a mission to equip Christian youth with both spiritual depth and academic excellence. Join her in empowering the next generation to thrive in future STEAM careers with a foundation in faith and education.
Right. So what I might do is I might switch a couple of those photos around. For example, when introducing the children, have the picture of the children. You can play around with it. Once it's created, you can visit your vault. Any member gets 5 GB of storage. You can store your website images, all that stuff. I'm going to download that video and drop it into the chat for everybody. This is specifically for you. There you go. You can edit it in the platform. All right, so let's say that I have that video. One of the things I didn't show you, let me go back here. In the video itself, all of these words right here are all editable. You type in and the AI will say it. So it's not difficult to change a video after you've started it. I could change any of this. I could change the photo images inspired by her children's passion for STEAM or STEM. You can make those edits and changes and flip them around. So very easy to do. It's one of those things where it's just a matter of playing with it. So this is the AI video creator. It's super simple, easy to use, and I can highly recommend it for everybody to play with. Social media calendar, I was working on that app. Let's go back in here. All right, it's still humming along. It's doing a lot. You'll see when it's done. It's a very lengthy process because what it's doing is it's not only creating the content, it's also creating ideas for when to share the content. So it's going to give you a marketing calendar that you're going to post things on those dates. It gives you not only the ideas, the content, but it also helps you schedule it in a way that makes sense. Once you say skip that, it won't show up anymore. But right now I'm letting it stay because I wanted to keep demoing it for my students. So let me zoom out a little bit here. There we go. All right, so we got quite a few apps. I'll pause again for any questions. Another tool in the platform, I mentioned the script, another tool in the platform that's relatively new for our visitors that are first time here is the Famous AI App Builder. I'm going to be rebranding this from Famous AI to App Observer. And so see in the next couple of weeks, you'll see a new icon. I've actually started working on the logo and all that fun stuff in here. Let's see, it is under, I can't remember if it's under here or another one. This is the Hyperrealistic tool. So you can see I'm working on some logos for App Server as I rebrand it from Famous.ai. You can create hyperrealistic images. These are images that you can use anywhere in your platform. It's a great tool. You can create a whole variety of styles and images, and this is included. There's no upcharge for using this tool. Everything you do is free or included in your 1995, so you can create as many icons and things. You can see this is the icon. I built it right here. Here's the prompt I use. The prompts are going to be shared with you because I pin these so they show up in your instance. So here's the prompt. If I copy this prompt and drop it here, and I want to create a new app, I could change it from a megaphone, speech bubble to whatever I want. I could say, let's do headphone icon, right? Something like that. I can put the color scheme that I want. I can change the colors super easily. So I can say, include. I'll be very specific here. I can make it whatever shape I need it to be and then just tell it to go. That's it. Super easy editing and creating things. As the tool is here, you can see the tool here. I'll pin these. So you get those in your shared folder. This is an app I've created. Some of these I've already pinned. So yeah, some of these are already available, and then you can download them and upload them anywhere you want to. So there you go, created a headphone. If you're creating an icon, you want to zoom in, click edit, click scale, and zoom it in because all the space around it is going to be noticeable. And so you want to zoom all the way in, and then that icon, because it's so small, right? You want to have it there. So there you go. That's easy to do. And now you would download this headphone icon and make it, whatever the purpose of it is, how you're going to use it. So super easy. Let's go back and see what we've got here. Okay, so this is the marketing calendar one. Let me zoom in again, make it easy to read. There we go. So this is a strategy, right? Build SMB and SME audiences on LinkedIn and Facebook. Marketing automation through clear CTAs or call to actions and offer a 7-day free trial. So very easy. That's the strategy. And then these are what I meant by marketing or content pillars, right? So we're going to focus on either education, tool spotlights and tutorials, success stories. So these are the types of posts that we're going to create for our marketing campaign, promotions and offers. So we're going to do 5 different possible types of posts. And then who are we targeting? And all the different types of things that we can do, best practices. So it's giving you all the advice you need to create really effective posts. And so then it's telling you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, the images that we're going to create, the slide, all the different types of things. So you would basically either download, print, or just use this however you want to do it. This is the image that you're going to build, a 16 by 9 with pole graphics for each option. It's telling you what to build. If I go further down, it's going to kind of get into more details of what we're going to build. And then it's going to give you a couple of examples. I don't particularly like these images, but it did create some things that you can edit in that conversational AI tool. We would create our own images in one of the image tools. I showed you Hyperrealistic a second ago. Let me show you one other one. I'll just grab this paragraph. Normally, you could grab the whole thing and drop it in. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the tool. I will use Hyperrealistic again, or actually, let's go to scroll stopping. There is a three, four of these in here. And when you utilize them, this one's called scroll stopping images. It creates not hyper realistic versions. You can drop your content in here and the AI will grab it. I am asking it to generate image ideas. You saw there's a little link on the right that said image ideas. So I'm giving it the content and I'm telling it, give me back ideas of images that I could generate from that content. One of the things I teach everybody when you land in the platform, aside from the Start Here button, another good place to go is the Big Dream Generator, which is right here. What the Big Dream Generator does is it allows you to learn about your business. Take the idea of your business out of your head and drop it into a piece of paper, get it in writing. If you go through these 13 questions, when you're done, you'll have something called a business brief. Here's an example. It covers the industry you're going after, your target audience, the core problem you're solving, the transformation that the audience is going to get when you're done. What's the really big idea that you have? What's the three biggest pain points that you're helping to solve? The three outcomes when they get to the other side? What's the emotional and actual transformation your audience is going to get? How long does it take? What's the difference about your particular thing, your unique selling point? The authority that you're bringing, like I've been in sales and marketing for 30 years, and why other solutions are failing. So you get all of this, including SEO stuff that you can use. And you take all of this, and effectively now you have something that you can utilize in all of the other apps. I could drop this business brief into my image generator and tell it to give me 20 ideas, right? So here's what it came up with: a business focused on AI powered marketing to help small, medium-sized businesses image a futuristic robot happily handing over a bag labeled new clients to a small business. I like that. Let's see what it comes up with. So now, by the way, this is not hyper realistic. Let me get this prompt. I'm going to drop it into Hyperrealistic so we can compare the different image styles it creates. You can pick the background or isolation, the style of the image, 16:9 aspect ratio, straight up and down, vertical, square, landscape. So that's what the image shape is going to be. You can also click these on and off. You can see who your target audience is. You can pick all kinds of different things. And if you guys have ever used something like Midjourney, in there you would have to be very specific and detailed. Now they've upgraded their interface. You don't have to do that anymore. But what I love about this is if I want a cartoon, I click cartoon. If I want a drawing, I click cartoon. So I don't have to know the details or create a super sophisticated prompt. I can just click on the types of things that I want it to do. I can tell it what colors I want it to focus on, and then I can tell it to create an image. That's it. This is a little bit different than Hyperrealistic, which is one of my other favorite tools. Let's drop that into Hyperrealistic as well. Same prompt. I'm just going to drop it in here and let it create something for me. So in this one, I'll do another 16:9. Both of them are working now to create images. As I said before, I don't have to add any money to this. It's included. So that's what it created. I don't think it listened to the actual prompt. It just went off and did something on its own. Oh, no, it's actually still processing. Sorry. That was the previous image that it created. So there we go. I don't see anything that says new clients, but the concept is kind of there. It's kind of like cartoonish a little bit. Oddly enough, these types of ads do very well in Facebook. And the reason why is there's a lot of pictures and things in your Facebook feed. So having a non-realistic image grabs your attention. You're like, what is that? And that's interesting. A company that provides AI tools. The image is a smiling business owner sitting at a desk. So what you would do here, I would say, Black female, for example, to be specific. Whenever you're speaking with AI, you want to be specific. You can tell it, I want to generate that. Okay, cool. Let's generate that one. Let's see what the other AI tool did. Oh, this is much better. By the way, Hyperrealistic is my favorite And you tell the AI if it did a good job. You give it a star rating. So now it knows, hey, I like this image. I like what it did. And I like it because it's simple. Now, the only thing it's missing is the person that's supposed to be here. So an image of a handing over a bag labeled new clients to a female black small business owner. So we'll run that again. It did a really good job on this side of the image, but it didn't pay attention to the other side of the image. So let's run it again. AI never gets tired. So you can ideate, iterate as many times as you want. Wendy's question, what app is best if you want to make step-by-step instructions and include options, pictures of the items? Let me bring you onto the stage here, Wendy. So I'm going to ask you a question because I'm not quite sure what you mean by step-by-step instructions.
What I did was I'm making a STEM energy kit. And I went to AI and I asked for STEM energy projects, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with ChatGPT, you can only ask so much, they'll only analyze so much in a day. So what I wanted to know is on your platform, do you have an app where I can take the energy kit information I already got from AI, put that in there, and it would give me step-by-step instructions. And then say, for example, if one of the building materials was a connector, it would say use this connector on step 2 and then have a picture of the connector next to it. Kind of like when you buy something that you put together, like a bookshelf from Office Depot, it would have those instructions and pictures.
Right. Yes and no. I would probably do it in two steps. First, how many steps are normally in that process you're describing?
I don't know yet because I'm going to go and build it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This tells me what all the materials are, but it's not telling me step by step how to build it. So I would just kind of have to practice on my own and do that. So let me go back to AI and ask for the actual instructions on how to do it.
I got you. Here's what I would do, and this comes back to the training that I give on Tuesdays evenings. This is a prompting question, really. So when you have a complex step-by-step kind of thing that you're trying to build, the best way to do it is in smaller steps. It's kind of like when I train people how to write a book. When you want to write a book, you start with the outline of the book. Instead of asking the AI, hey, write this book for me, you're not going to get a good result. So instead, what you do is say, here's the premise of the book, here's what I want to accomplish in the book, give it a lot of detail. And then you say, give me an outline of the book based on those parameters. It gives you the outline. Now you then would go step by step and you would say, okay, for chapter 1, here's what I want. I want an image. I want step-by-step instructions for that step. In other words, you're building that document or book that you're thinking of in your head or following the instructions that you have. If you already have the outline, then you would have it build step by step. In other words, tell it specifically what you want in each step. I want photos that match the steps I'm creating. It's a prompting question, in other words. So you can't really get it to usually you can't get AI to bite off something that complicated in one step. So you would want to break it down into smaller steps and then put them together. Did that kind of make sense?
Okay, so what AI tool, like I'm going to go by your platform. So what tool on there
Yeah, you can use
is
our
best for
tool, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude, you can use any AI, but the steps are the same. I would probably start with the STEM steps you have now. What's the format they're in? Is it a PDF? Is it a document? Or is it something you're writing? I want to understand better. Sorry.
I think I downloaded it in Word
Okay,
from
that's fine.
AI.
Yeah, Word is fine. So, what is in there? Is it just a description of the steps, or what is in there now?
It just had you build it.
What are you building? What are you building?
Well, I'm building like a power line and I'm building like an EV station. And
Interesting.
it didn't give me, it just said, these are the materials. And then it just said, have an EV station.
Hmm.
And then you could do the EV station with a car or with whatever gave you different options. But when it gave you the options, it still didn't teach you how to build it.
So what you could do is upload that to, like, for example, AI Sales Coach, right? So AI Sales Coach is its primary focus is digital marketing and sales, but it functions like any other large language model where you can upload something like your document, and then you could say, give me step-by-step instructions for step one.
Okay.
And so first you'll set the context. You are the world's leading expert in building whatever it is that you're trying to build. You tell it, you invite to the party. This is what I talk about in the create method. If you come to my Tuesday 7 p.m. session next week, I can walk you through how to put together a nice prompt. Because that's really what this exercise is about. Tell it who you want it to be. I want you to be a world-class expert in building this. All right, take a look at the document that I've just uploaded. Give me step-by-step instructions for building step one, and step-by-step instructions for building step two. Then the next step would be for each one of those, you could say, give me the image that goes along with each step. Or if you want to be more specific, after you've got the step, you could take that step and drop it into one of the text to image tools. Now, you can do that in the AI sales coach. You could create an image for that step and take a stab at it. The other thing you can do is take it out to another image creator like Hyperrealistic to get even better images and have more control over it. That's one approach. And again, you can do this in ChatGPT, you can do it wherever you're playing. But in here, you could do that. The other thing you can do is use the Deep Research AI app. This is similar to the deep research mode in ChatGPT, where you can give it the book again and have it take its time. Deep research is different. It doesn't give you an instant answer. It could take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But what it'll do is it'll give you detailed responses, including sources and things like that. So there's an app in the platform, or you can use ChatGPT's deep research mode. So it'll go a little slower and give you more detail. It just depends on what level of detail you're looking for. And again, you can use conversational AI where you can make changes to things on the fly. If it creates an image and you don't quite like the image, you go to conversational and say, hey, that's not quite right. So there's different ways to kind of edit and play around with the tool. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yes, thank you. That looks cool.
Yeah, that one came out pretty good. So again, I told it I want a black female, and this would stop people who are scrolling through and see your ad. And so that would be the content for your ad. So this is what I meant by take a moment to kind of work with the tool. First, load up everything about your business, create that big dream generator, and then you can use that document to create image ideas in other apps. And so that's how that kind of works together. All right.
When you create these hyper realistic images, do you have any copyright issues with that? Like, using, if you're using that to put on your website, or if you're using it like to put, like I said, for my instructions in my kits that I'm selling, do you have any issues with that since it was hyper done?
Okay, so three different issues talked about in one sentence. Number one, the laws around AI image creation and who owns what is so far from complete. Don't worry about that part of it because there is no right answer or wrong answer to that question. Meaning, do I own this? I created it, I own it, right? So the answer to that question is to be determined, number one. Number two, you live in America. If you live in America, anybody can sue you about anything. So again, have business insurance, protect yourself. Three, most of those lawsuits and things are more about protected content, imagery, things like that. So if I make a movie, images that I create in that movie belong to me, my studio, the artists, and so on. So that's completely different than what we're doing here. If you say, make me an image of Angela Jolie and put that on your website, then of course you could get sued by that artist that says, hey, I am her. You can't use my image or likeness anywhere else, right? That's where you would get into trouble more than just using an AI tool to create an image out of the blue. I showed you those hyper realistic images. One of the thoughts I had as I was creating these is, for example, there's a nice, attractive woman. I am almost 100% sure there in the global world somewhere, there's a woman that looks exactly like her. She could sue me and say, hey, you're using my image illegally. I could show her, hey, I generated it here. I did not mean to offend you. So the possibilities, you can't stop your business worrying about it, I guess is my main point. Does that make, I'm not an attorney, so again,
No, but that makes the reason why I asked that question is
yeah.
it is so hard to find black clip art and
Mm.
black
Make your
black
own.
images.
Just make your
Oh,
own.
yeah, so this is making your own is so much easier than trying to find pictures of black people in STEM. I spend a lot of hours trying to find stuff, and so this is I think will be easier.
And what's nice about it is you don't have to know what you're doing. I literally took this prompt and it just said, all I said that's different is I want a female black small business owner. I did not have to know anything. Now, what you can do, I dropped the prompt in there for you. When I first did the prompt, it didn't quite work the way I wanted. So just do it again until you get exactly what you're looking for. This robot, I think, has 6 fingers, but it doesn't matter because it's a robot. If it was a person, you might go, that person has too many fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 fingers. But because it's a robot, nobody cares. So you have to be careful of the details when you create images. Hopefully that answered your questions.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
I would not worry about copyright when you're creating the images. There's also a color chart. If you come to one of my other trainings, remind me, I'll find it. The color chart is useful when you're creating skin tones for Black people to get the right skin tones. I have it around here somewhere. Just looking in my folder here to see if I see. There it is. Yeah, there we go. And that's kind of like a color gradient, if you will, almost black skin tones. So if you have a color picker tool, you can grab it, click on it, and then say, hey, use this color, a lighter color, a darker color for the skin tone, and give it the actual hex code to the AI, and the AI will generate an image with that hex code. So those are the types of things you can do to get exactly what you want from black skin tones. All right, questions, anybody? We're over 15 minutes. Anybody have specific questions? Just raise your hand if you want to speak. I see a bunch of people on here that I haven't been on in a while. Hey, Gerald, Dr. Sean, Charles, Amy, Wendy, we've been speaking. So, hey, everybody. All right.
Well, thank you. This is very informative.
I'll try to get this recording up in less than 7 weeks.
And you said 7 o'clock next Tuesday, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me drop some links in there again. Where is the training link? Here we go. I'll drop the training link in here. And there we go. If you want to talk strategy to build websites. By the way, you can white label the platform here, which is built on the Deal.ai platform, but mine is $20 a month. So most people go with me. It's the same platform. It's just that I'm a white label of that platform. But then, of course, I add my own custom apps that I build, like the two that I demoed today, to add value. Whenever you build your own white label, you want to add value by building custom apps and training. These are all included. So you unlock that for $27 a month. And then what that allows you to do is everything that you see is yours. For example, building one empire board.ai. Oh, this app. This is one I'm building right now. Perhaps not. Let's try that again, Danny. Sorry, guys. That's my fingers not working here. Island.com. There we go. Wow. Took a minute. So like I'm building this so you can see it's completely branding differently, right? The icons are all going to be different, the colors, but the apps are going to effectively function the same. Their versions of it will be tailored towards this particular one is real estate. So you can white label your own platform and build it out. Everything that you build would be your color scheme, your logo, etc., like that. And that's $27 a month. For $46.95, you have a complete no-code dev platform. You can make money on affiliate code. You can make money becoming a white label, and we can build that white label out for you. We can build websites out for you. If you have an existing website you want to upgrade or update, we have a team that can help you do that. If you want to learn how to build your own, I have training above and beyond what I've shown here. So this is training that's coming up on the end of the month. I'll share that link. BuildBiz itself is buildbiz.ai, 7-day free trial. Jump on in there. Hopefully that helps everybody. I want to make sure this link. This is the AI in 1 hour, and this next one is coming up 22nd. So you get the book 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern. So wherever you are in the world, you can join from there. All right. Hopefully that answered everybody's questions. We had a pretty good session. Went a little over today, but hopefully that was good for answering everybody's questions. Everybody, have a fantastic rest of the day. I'm on to the next one, as they say. Bye-bye, everyone.